Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is a style of video that I have been watching and have been inspired by for a very long time here on YouTube, and it is a anti-haul. This anti-haul is inspired by the lovely Kimberly Clark here on YouTube. I love her anti-consumerism ideas and videos, her anti-hauls, as well as all of her Listen Up series. So I will definitely have her linked in the cards as well as down in the description below. But I have a couple products here that I am going to anti-haul, and I do want to make the disclaimer, although I feel like this style of video people are getting used to. But if not, this is no shade towards any person or company that I am going to be mentioning today. It's just products that don't necessarily fit in my collection, products that I don't feel like I have a need for. It's just no shade to anybody. It's just not for me, and I think that's the beauty of all these anti-haul videos. You get to see everyone's perspective on why they're not going to get something as opposed to why they want or they absolutely need something. So that is that. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so I can insert all the pictures up over here, and I will I'm pretty sure all the pictures that I'm going to be inserting into this video are going to be from Trend Mood, but if it is not from Trend Mood, I will definitely leave the user somewhere on the bottom of the screen and the picture over here. With that being said, let's start anti-hauling some things. I'm going to be looking at my phone so I can see all the pictures of all these products so I know what I'm talking about in this video, so if I'm not directly looking into the camera, I apologize. Okay, the first product that I'm going to be talking about is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. Now, I do want to mention that I have the Morphe and Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette. It is a 15-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's in cardboard packaging, which is similar to the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I do want to say that I really enjoy that Morphe palette, so it's not anything against Morphe whatsoever. And I do have the Jaclyn Hill face palette, and before I even purchased the Jaclyn Hill face palette, like 1 year before then, I purchased Champagne Pop as a single because I just love Jaclyn so much, and it was when I was first starting getting into makeup, and that was, I think, one of the first highlighters that I actually bought for myself. So it's not like I don't know the Morphe formula, because I do. I know they changed up the formula. I think Jaclyn was saying that she sent a whole load of samples back and forth from the lab and stuff. So if the quality has improved from the Morphe palette that I have, then I know the shadows are going to be incredible. But the thing is, the only shades that draw me to this palette, or I feel would be unique in my collection, are on the bottom left of the palette, like the purples and the blues and like that seafoam green, whatever it is, and like all of those greens. Besides that, I don't feel a need to have it. I feel like all those colors I either have in my collection or I can live without, if that makes any sense. So I mean, I love Jaclyn Hill, don't get me wrong. I really love that Morphe palette that I have, but I mean, I just don't really find a need to have that palette or pay all that money when I have dupable shades in my collection, and I only really want 4 or 5 of the shades in there. Again, no shade to anybody else, but it's just how it fits into my collection, and I don't feel like it fits into my collection. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour Palette. Now, I love Kat Von D. I'm actually wearing one of her Everlasting Liquid Lips on my lips right now in Bow and Arrow. I really love her formula. I love the tattoo eyeliner from her. I didn't repurchase it yet because I'm trying to work through a couple of eyeliners in my collection, but I will 100% repurchase it. I really, really do love her products and the creativity that she stands for, and I've really just been a fan of Kat Von D since I was young. Like, I watched LA Ink, and it was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. I do want to get the Shade and Light eye palette, like the all matte palette, like that has been on my makeup wish list for a very long time. But the Glimmer eye palette, I understand the concept of this palette. I just want to say that too. I understand that like the original Shade and Light is like all mattes and this one is like all shimmers, so you can you know, mix and match the shades within each palette and make all these great looks with it. However, you can't use the Glimmer eye palette all by itself. You need to pull in to single shadows or into another palette in order to make a complete look. Like that black, sure, you can put it all over your lid for a smoky eye or whatever you're going to do with it. But if you're going to use it like in your outer corner to deepen up a look like you would with a matte black shadow, I feel like you can't really do that. I mean, maybe people would, but for me, with how I like to do my makeup and you know, like how I like to like look with my makeup, it just won't work out for me. There's only like a couple shades in here that I feel like I would reach for, and all those shades I feel like I already have in my collection. So, I mean, I understand the concept of this palette, but like it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't make sense. I don't know. But I know I'm not gonna get it, because if I were to just take this palette on vacation or whatever, I would have to bring another palette with me. And I feel like that's like the ultimate test of if a palette is worth it for me or not, because if I want to take it on vacation with me, or if I'm traveling somewhere and I can't just bring that one palette to make any look I want to, then I don't need it. It doesn't have a place in my collection. So that was that palette. The next thing on my list, I feel like a lot of people are talking about in their anti-hauls, I think for good reason, and it is the, I'm trying to find in the description of Trend Moon's, okay, the cream contour and highlight kit from Kim Kardashian West Beauty, or her new beauty line. I feel like the shades are okay. Like if I were to get the light shade based on these swatches that she has, I feel like I'd be okay with it. But I saw a picture, I'll also include it, I have to find it though, of how much product you get in it. Well, first of all, the amount of product that you get in it is really, really, really small. And it is $48 each. So you're getting the 2 sticks with 2 cream products each in it, and then like a tool to like blend out and stuff. So you're paying $48 plus shipping for this product. First of all, that doesn't have enough product in it. 2, might not have enough shades for everybody that wants to get it, even though I feel like it's an okay shade range. But 3, for me personally, I don't find cream contouring necessary. I feel like it's an extra step that I don't need, I don't want to have when I'm doing my makeup. I like to like have like all my powders. I mean, maybe I'd like a cream highlight, but I don't know because I haven't tried it. Maybe I would like a cream contour, but I don't know because I haven't tried it. But I don't want to try something that I don't know if I like or not for $48. That's, I don't know, that's just like crazy expensive to me. I don't find a need to have it, so I'm not gonna buy it. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is the Nicole Concealio and Violet Voss eyeshadow palette. I do want to say I really do love Nicole. Like, she's a New Yorker. I'm like pretty sure she's a New Yorker, so like I'm really proud that a fellow New Yorker got to grow like a YouTube channel so much that, you know, she was able to collaborate with a huge brand such as like Violet Voss. I find it really, really incredible. But again, like I was talking about with the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, I just don't find a need for it. The couple shades that I find that are really cool are not really worth it to me. And I don't know if it's just me. I mean, I haven't seen any swatches of this palette, so I mean I could be wrong by the swatches, but even if it is swatched, the last two shades of the top row and like the middle three shades of the second row look relatively the same. Those 5 shades to me look pretty much the same. And again, I haven't seen swatches, so they may look different, they may have different tones. But personally, if you put them on your eye and you blend them out, they probably won't look that different from each other. So, I mean, to have 5 shades pretty much the same, I don't know about that. And then the shade Bruh and Daisy, they kind of look the same too. Bruh looks a little deeper though, but regardless, they pretty much look the same. So that's kind of why I don't want to get it too, because not a lot of the shades to me look the same in the pan. Again, those matte shades on the top may look different in swatches, but I feel like it will look pretty much the same on the eye, so that's why I'm going to be passing on that one. Okay, this product that I'm going to be talking about next kind of doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, it doesn't make sense, like, it completely does not make sense to me. And this is something new. I'm reading it off of the Trend Mood post that they posted, but it is Their Real Red On. It's a matte red lipstick in a compact with a brush. The post also says, like, she wonders if there are more colors and, you know, like, she'll keep us updated. But this just, I'm confused. Looking at, I mean, I don't know what the actual product looks like, because it looks like there's just a little foil over it so that when you peel it, you actually get to the lipstick. So I don't even know what it actually looks like in that pan, in the compact. But it just does not make sense to me. To me, something in a compact with a brush should be in a lip palette, you know, a lipstick palette. And even then, I wouldn't want a lipstick palette, first of all, let alone a lipstick in a compact with a brush. The thought really doesn't make sense to me. Like, first of all, who would want a red lipstick in a compact with a brush? Like, red lipstick is difficult enough to put on as, like, a lip crayon or a traditional bullet lipstick or liquid lipstick. So why would you want to put on red lipstick out of all the colors with a brush from a compact? If it is, and then also, it's not even practical for everyday life. I mean, especially for me, I am a college student, and, like, I'm also, like, a social person who goes out with her friends and stuff. And for me, if I were to buy this product, it would not be practical enough for me to, like, bring it and to wear it and to try to reapply. I do see a mirror on this compact though, so I do appreciate that, you know, it is easier if you're going to reapply it, or if you're going to apply it, there is a little mirror in the compact. But to me, it's just not worth it to try to hassle with that compact lipstick. It just get a bullet lipstick, get a liquid lipstick that's red. You don't really need to fuss with a red lipstick of, like, all colors that are, like, in a compact. And even if there are more colors that come out, like, if there's, like, a dark purple or something, that'll even be worse to try to apply. Like, imagine trying to apply a dark purple lipstick from a compact with a little brush. Like, it doesn't seem worth it to me at all. Alright guys, 2 more products left. I'm sorry this video is pretty long, but I am really excited about my first anti-haul, so yay. Okay, the next product I am not going to buy is the Lorac Mega Pro Palette 3. Yeah, you heard me. The Mega Pro 3. First of all, this product was supposedly limited edition this past Christmas, was it not? Right? So why would they say, oh, we listened to your demands, it's coming back? I do understand how it feels to be a consumer and to miss out on something that is limited edition. When it was available and it was physically in your hands, but you just didn't buy it. Because that's how I feel with the Pastel Goth palette from Kat Von D. I actually held the palette in my hand and I swatched it and I was like, I don't really think I need this, and I put it back. And it was before I started getting into color, and I 100% regret not purchasing it because it was limited edition. And now I can't get it anymore unless I pay an absurd amount of money for it online, and who knows if it's actually real. I do understand from a consumer point why they would want it to come back. However, why wouldn't they just, if they found or they produced more palettes for this relaunch or whatever it is, and it's still limited edition, why wouldn't they produce that much more palettes or just bring out that backstock when they first launched it? Like, there's no need to bring it out again. Like, I just don't understand it. I did watch a video this morning by Liv. I will link that video up in the cards because she talked about a whole bunch of limited edition products that weren't actually limited edition. Like, they came back a couple of times or they came back as a permanent item. So she did talk about this Mega Pro 3 palette. So all of her opinions on that palette, what she said, basically is what I feel. Like, there's no need to bring it back. And if those palettes were found in the back of the factory or whatever, why didn't you just bring them out in the first place when they first launched? Like, it just doesn't make sense why there was, like, a whole big, like, relaunch of this palette. And the last thing I'm going to be talking about is a whole bunch of Sephora palettes that are going to be coming in fall 2017. It seems like there are 3 palettes that are coming out. Yeah, it looks like there are 3 palettes that are coming out. So we'll start with each one individually. The first one is called the Editorial palette. Now this one has a whole bunch of shades that are very colorful in this palette. And I do feel drawn to a whole bunch of color now since I have been playing with it and loving every look that I come out with as I am experimenting with color. However, first of all, Sephora really is not cruelty-free, and I'm not 100% cruelty-free as of yet. I do want to make more conscious decisions about buying products from companies that are cruelty-free and are not cruelty-free. So first of all, this company is not cruelty-free, so that's one reason why I would not purchase this. 2, the palette is $68. $68 for an eyeshadow palette. Like, you can buy a Too Faced chocolate bar palette with that money and have money to spare. Or you can buy a Naked palette from Urban Decay with money to spare. Like, to me, I don't find a need for it. The whole top row, they're like duochrome shades. I already have the Kat Von D holographic palette, so I don't need that whole top row, basically. And I don't really like silver on my eyes. I just don't like it. So that whole top row, to me, is not worth it. The only shades and rows that are worth it to me are the middle 2 rows. And at that point, there's no rhyme reason to buy a whole eyeshadow palette when I would really only want the 2 middle shades. And even with that, I can get the Juvia's Place, I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's one of their newer palettes. It's a 9-pan palette, and it's like all bright colors. I would feel like that palette could be dupeable for like the entire 2 rows, even if it's 9 shades, for me and what I have in my collection. So I'm going to be passing on that one palette. The next palette is the Warm palette. Again, the only shade that I find unique or that I'm drawn to in this palette is that yellow. And maybe that like burgundy or maroon kind of like shimmer shade, but besides that, I feel like I have all of these shades in my collection and I can recreate looks with similar shades that from eyeshadows that I have already. So no need to spend all of that money to make a similar look with things I already have. And the last palette in this fall 2017 collection is called the Cool palette. I feel like I am drawn to like barely nothing in this palette, to be completely honest. There are a couple like shimmer shades in the second row that I find really attractive, as well as like the last 3 pink shades in the third row. But besides that, A, it's colors that I already have, or B, it's colors that I don't really like or that I'm used to or that I'm drawn to. So there's no need to get it when I'm not gonna like it, I'm not gonna buy it. So that's it. I don't need it, I'm not gonna buy it. It felt so good to let all that out. And thank you so much everyone for watching this video. Thank you again to Kimberly Clark for inspiring me to do this video, and I am also really thankful for you for making me question what I want and need in my life. Anyway guys, I really do want to do a lot more anti-hauls on my channel. I think with the amount of products that are released every single week or month or whatever, that I could do one anti-haul every single month. So if you're interested in that, please let me know by liking and commenting this video. Please subscribe so you don't miss any other videos that I'm going to be putting out for you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye guys.